White Sea, my man!
I've never had a product from you on my channel.
I think the problem here is, Vitesi, that you're just so epic and you just do so much. It's just so hard to, when you're just so successful and you're so amazing, you have so much gear, what's another amazing piece of gear, you know?
Are you like saying this because you want my next review of your product to be great? Or?
Oh, I wouldn't dare do something like that. That's not, no, that would be wrong. That would be wrong, Vitesi.
Anyway, one of the things that caught my eye is the Carnaby.
Well, that's because you have a wonderful eye.
Yeah, fuck you. Why it catches my eye is because of the colors.
We're all like fish, right?
Yeah,
so we see shiny things, we're like,
yeah,
shiny.
exactly. Yeah, this thing looks shiny. It has a lot of colors. It's an EQ. And what I suspect it has is Total Recall.
Total Recall, yeah. This Carnaby has actually produced a lot of memes because what it can do, like, is pretty crazy. But see, every EQ, every analog EQ that's ever existed uses phase to equalize. So that's an inductor, a gyrator, uses caps, whatever. Out of phase will 180 degrees out of phase will produce a cut. In phase will produce a boost. And then the curve comes from the, it goes from 180 degrees to like 170, 160, 150, right? And that's how it does a cut. It's opposite on the boost, it starts from in phase and then 0 degrees in phase and then slowly phasing to create the curve that it creates.
Yeah.
So that's how every analog EQ works. Now that's fine, that's great. An analog, a typical parametric EQ, what it will do is it will boost or cut the frequencies that are already there. It'll just get more or less of a thing of those frequencies. This is not how the Carnaby works. So the Carnaby is a harmonic EQ. So you could see like the curves that we generate. We generate EQ curves, but the content of those curves are generated from harmonics, not from phase.
Is it like distortion or?
Yes, analog distortion basically, but very tuned, very controlled. So we're not talking about a lot. We're not talking about like driving something into clipping like crazy. So it's like, sounds like a distortion pedal. It's like just on the onset, and it's very tightly tuned analog saturation. So yeah, exactly, right?
I'm starting to question my own intelligence now.
I certainly don't because I watch your channel. But
I have to wrap my head around this.
So it's generating EQ curves. If you go on the user manual, you could see our EQ curves. They look like EQ curves. Yeah. But that curve, that's not the frequency information that was already there and then boosted. That was new frequency information generated from an analog saturation circuit.
Okay. So this thing generates sound.
Generates harmonics. It generates harmonics using analog saturation.
From the program material you're sending in it?
Yes, so it's always harmonically related. It's not a static effect. Okay. So if you run something that is in D flat through it, all the harmonics are going to be harmonically related to D flat.
Okay.
And so on and so forth.
And does it have anything special on the interface?
Of course, the beautiful colors, that's quite nice.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
And this is quite cool. Check this out. I'm not touching it at all, yet I'm doing this.
So,
I know, it takes a while to wrap your head around it, IT. It's like, honestly, even for me, so this is a whole new signal processor, right?
Yeah.
So like there is a lot of a learning curve with it. So like a lot of people ask us, why don't we have presets? We don't want to give people presets.
But come on, presets on an EQ is like the most boosted thing ever.
Well, yeah, exactly, because it doesn't relate to the actual, exactly. I don't like presets because you should listen to your material and then use your ears to EQ it. Yeah. But even more so with the Carnaby, because like, okay, let's say if I gave you presets for a kick drum, what happens if it's a 20-inch kick drum versus a 26-inch kick drum versus a 22-inch kick drum that's with a D12 versus a Audix D5 or so it's presets are rubbish basically. You need to like listen to it and play with it because it's going to produce unexpected things because it's going to react to the program material.
Yeah. Would it work in the same intuitive way as a normal EQ or would it force me to make different settings? And would I have to have a learning curve to use this thing and to apply this, or can I just go ahead and use this like any other EQ, or will it sound so much different that I'm going to dial in completely different settings and do different things with it?
You were questioning your intelligence before, but that's probably the smartest question, I think.
Okay, no, thank you. You're still not getting a positive review because of that, But
honestly, it's a complicated answer. So the whole point of making it a 3-band, it looks like a 3-band parametric EQ, right? It's got like a frequency control and a boost cut. We did that so it's a familiar tool. So there will be no learning curve in terms of being able to use the interface. Like if you read people that have them, they're like, I love how intuitive it is. It's so easy. It's so quick to get a result.
And you know I love that. Intuitive. Like I'm not gonna read the manual.
No. Oh, well,
No.
but Notebook LM. Just load the manual into Notebook LM, and then Notebook LM can just read it for you and then tell you what you need to know.
Oh, that's a good tip for everybody.
That's more AI.
But who reads the manual anyway?
Notebook LM now.
Yeah, Notebook LM. Yeah, good. So it's a very intuitive user interface, but
There is a learning curve because it does not work like a normal EQ. You will get totally different results.
so it will be a bit confusing probably when you first dial some things in. That's like, wait, this is different from what is normally.
You'll get that, but you'll also be inspired because it really does like do a different thing, and it's a crowd pleaser, especially like we call it the Carnaby face, which is like the bypass face.
Yeah.
So basically, like it always happens. Like I'm doing something, and like people don't really know what it's doing, and they're like, okay, I kind of hear something. I'm like, okay, you ready for the bypass, guys?
Yeah.
Yep. And everyone just goes,
Yeah.
what happened? It's
Yeah.
gone.
Okay.
Like, so it's
You're making it very promising now.
well, that's another good meme, the Carnaby bypass face.
Yeah. Can you make that face towards the camera? There can be bypass face. Okay, let me do the same. An EQ in a new way,
Yep.
and the coolest feature that I'm seeing from here.
Yep.
I mean, I can't judge the sound, so the sound
Yeah,
will
yeah.
be the coolest feature right now. I
That's
have
for the
to test it.
proper review later on your channel. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, am I going to review it?
I mean,
I need one.
Whitesea, as an avid watcher of your channel and an appreciator of you demystifying snake oil, I think it's only correct if you.
I would love to. Why didn't I review it yet?
Because you're just so in demand, man. And as much as we love you and we hang out, you don't answer my emails.
I did. Didn't I?
Not my last one.
I'll check.
I'm sad.
Where I think you really have the market right now is Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Exactly.
Yeah, not just recall, but it's like digital control. Like we have people,
It comes with it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, session recall is like so easy with it, right? You can load a session from 6 months ago.
Yeah.
It just instantly recalls
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I have
But
the West Audio stuff.
oh,
now.
it's so good, isn't it?
And my NG2 PQ
Yeah, great EQ.
literally kicked out my Empress.
Yeah.
And the Empress actually sounds a little bit better.
Yeah.
And I like the controls on the Empress a bit more. It's a bit easier to dial in.
But when you factor in the recall, it's like a no-brainer. Like speed and also like we're in London, so we have lots of like big mix engineers, master engineers. So one guy was telling me like one of their artists was doing like the Jimmy Fallon show, and like Questlove was going to play live drums.
Yeah.
So like the morning of the taping, he goes, "Oh yeah, bro, sorry, I need a version of that without the drums."
Yeah.
And it was like mixed like a year ago. Like, what do you do then if you have analog recall? Like that's a big undertaking.
How I normally do it is I take pictures of my equipment and I have a good system to store everything. But still, it's not just that. It's also one step that stands in the way of you and creating the music that you want to create. I'm a big fan of taking away all those bumps and all those thresholds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well said. And
what do you think about all the? Let's move a little bit away from. We have a lot of companies over here.
Yeah.
Almost nobody's doing Total Recall.
Total Recall. It's going to become more of a thing. I think the problem is that like if you do it traditional way, like with relays and stuff like that, it's expensive. Like the West Audio stuff is awesome. It uses relays. It's not cheap though, right? Relays are super high quality and like that's the best way to do it. But like each relay, like, and there's many.
Do they have relays?
It's all relays.
But not every step, right? Like
you'd have to ask the guys. I don't really know how they've done it.
I don't hear click. So
I'm pretty sure they do everything with relays. I don't think they do it with CMOS switches because CMOS switches like limit the headroom and introduce distortion.
Do you do it in here with relays?
No, with relays. No. We have all discrete switching. They're all discrete circuits that we made. New switching circuits, all discrete transistor switching arrays, which are like super low distortion, 6 zeros, 1 distortion. Like
so I have to sell like 5 of my ribs and my kidney to afford such a thing, or
2,000 euros, man.
2,000?
Yeah, man.
Can't sound good for that price.
Well, I wouldn't be the right person to ask. I think there's this wonderful channel on YouTube called Whitesea Studios. Unfortunately, they haven't done a review yet, but if we're lucky, they might. And once Whitesea does a review on it, then I might consider actually buying it. But not until then.
Is there anything else you want to tell about the Carnaby, or maybe something else from Cranbourne that people should be aware about?
Vitzi, you like compressors.
Yeah, air compressors.
We came out with our new compressor
Where is it?
in that rack over there, looking gorgeous.
The 500 series.
Yeah, but you never know. It might be in a rack one day. But for now, it's only 500 series.
When did it came out?
We showed it in NAM when it was, quite frankly, wasn't ready, but we can't change the date when NAM is. And it's either miss NAM or, and like, don't show people the awesome stuff we've been cooking up, or like show something before it's kind of ready.
Everybody does that now. Like,
Now, they've been doing it for 20 years.
yeah, okay. but- yeah, like, yeah. I don't understand that. Just make a good product and then show it.
But to be totally honest with you, like the other reason why we did it at NAM is that we wanted to get feedback because it's like a really weird take on compression and a very, very, very different way of doing stuff.
Okay, first question.
Yeah.
Does it have total recall?
Total Recall. The 500 series version is digitally controlled. The circuit is digitally controlled, but currently there's no USB port or anything to like connect it to your computer to do that. But under the bonnet, it has all the bits to be able to do it if one day something were to come along and suddenly make it so, if you catch my drift.
Yes, and if people buy it, can they retrofit it with total recall then or something?
Total Recall. Hopefully one day, yes. Not retrofit it. You won't have to touch the Brick Lane or the Carnaby. Just one day, you could maybe get something else, and then suddenly it has recallability.
But they have to buy a new compressor then.
No. The compressor. The
Okay,
compressor
so-
does something to the bonnet.
Oh, cool. So
just need
it's
something-
prepared. Okay. So
And the Carnaby 500 too.
well, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Have
Vitzi.
anything
Thank
else
you,
to
mate.
say or?
Total Recall.
I know why you're saying that I'm more intelligent because from where you're coming from.
I've been sorry. It's Super Booth. I've had a lot of arpeggiated synths in my ears all day.
Yeah,
so
that's true,
It's
like-
going a bit,
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, and I understand that. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
I can only have so many beep boop bop bop bops before my my brain goes a bit haywire. But Vitzi, you're a legend. Thanks, mate.
Hey, thanks a lot, man.